Big souls. Just showing off my lilies over there. Them lilies been in the same pot since like 2008. And they come back every year in that same pot. I never changed the soil or nothing. Look how beautiful they are. I think I'm gonna have to get a new pot for these guys. So that's what I was doing, showing off my lilies this morning before you got a storm coming, and the storm's probably gonna tear them apart. So they're looking good, man, huh? Some good looking lilies. Hey, look at Lily's friend, huh? Lily's friend's looking good too. What the hell? She's getting big. Anyway, that's all. Just making some noise. That's about it, man. Ain't been doing nothing except working all the time, man. So I ain't got no time for doing nothing. And then doing yard work and then helping my mom and dad. They're back from Florida. So I've been busy doing a lot of stuff there with my mom and dad. So this beautiful day. It's gonna storm around 2 o'clock. So I can't see if anybody's in the chat because the chat don't appear while I got this going to say I'm alive. So you think they just show an option where they shows you your chat. Oh yeah, Manifest. What's up? I see you there, Manifest. I see you. The chat does show up on the bottom. How you doing? Good to see you. Yeah, there's that lily. I had to take a look at that strain over here next to the lily. She's called Conspiracy Kush. Conspiracy Kush, man. Volume's up all the way. Let's take a look. Yeah, she's pretty thick, man. Real healthy looking girl, huh? Some frogs down there. Conspiracy Kush. So she's already what? 6 foot, 6'6", 6'8", around there. So she got time to run still. That plant's conspiring with me. Come sometime in end of September, and it's going to be some smoke for the winter. Yeah, I'll be conspiring with it. Yep. So yeah, I've been missing the red brick souls, man. I missed the Sunday Easy and all the regulars getting together, saying hey and looking at the melted realm together. I miss that, man. I don't know if any of you ever had a problem with your gallbladder before, but I have these gallbladder episodes, and 2 days ago I had one. It laid me down, man, where I couldn't do nothing for a whole day. But I cut a couple lawns yesterday, and it was a job to do it, and afterwards I felt like shit. Oh, my signal might go out for a second there. A lot of times the planes go over top me. I live by an international airport. A lot of times my signal goes out. Yeah, it is brutal. That the bile gets, something's wrong with my gallbladder flap. I think that's when I used to abuse alcohol. I screwed it up somehow. And now I just got to watch what I eat. And if I stress myself out too hard and work too hard and lift too much shit all at once, it flares up. And it sucks, man. Yeah, I'm already feeling better today. I can touch it a little bit on my right side there, and it doesn't hurt like crazy. But I couldn't, last night I slept a little bit. The night before, nothing, because you can't lay down. You can't, You can't lay on the side that it hurts on. That's your right side. The left side, you can lay there for a minute until it starts making it hurt, and then you just have to sit up. Yeah, they wanted to remove mine years ago. I said, no, I don't want it to be removed. I said, and I haven't had an episode in about 2 years. So, but I've been eating more, and, because I quit smoking cigarettes, and I still haven't returned to cigarettes, and I'm not going to. I still smoke bud. I'm smoking a little doobie right now before I eat breakfast. I didn't eat breakfast yet. But I know just quitting smoking for like 4 months now, man, I'm saving $300 a month. So all these extra things I can do with my money. I bought a brand new chainsaw. I got a brand new power washer, and I would have smoked that shit up with cigarettes if I wouldn't have quit. So I'm grateful. Oh, excellent, man. That's a lot of big savings. They say every 5 years you smoke a car at the price we pay today. So you already saved a car, man. Good job. You ain't kidding. Cigarettes are the hardest thing I ever tried to come off of. Great, 2 years for you not smoking. Wow. Well, that was a good hit. Even made my voice squeaky. So we got storms coming in at 2 o'clock. That's what they say. So it's been a hot one. I don't know where a lot of you guys stay at, but it's been a hot bitch here. There's my little dude right there. On this phone, you can't zoom in. Oh yeah, you can zoom in. Earlier I couldn't zoom in, but now I can zoom into that lily. Look at that pretty lily. Huh? She is good. I call that the general, because Linda's mom was alive when I seen it in the yard, and she said, "Hey, come plant that. Go dig that out and plant it in this pot here." So I did. She passed in 2017, and her and I put that in the pot, and I don't know what year it was. 2006, 8, something, one or the other. So it's been in there a long time, man, in that pot. So in that little hut behind her where my bird used to hang out during the day, she lived in the house with us, but I built that little thing out of scrap stuff that's falling apart, pallets, and to go hang out there in the daytime with her. Me and her would go sit there. Oh, okay, Jared Wood, you're from Cincinnati. Lots of meltification there in Cincinnati. I've been to Cincinnati. I hitchhiked to Ohio when I was a youngster. I ended up in a couple of towns where I had a good time, and I ended up in a town called Miamisburg, Ohio, and then in Miami, Ohio, and in Franklin, Ohio. All had a good time, met some cool people there. Yeah, Old World City for sure. You ain't lying. They even had a movie, WKRP in Cincinnati. They had to tell you about it. Yeah, pretty awesome. Yeah, some of the old world stuff you look at it and you're like, oh my God, look how beautiful, ornate the buildings were, how they're designed. Yep, by Dayton. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yep. Them suckers are doing good too this year. And there's my garden out there with my little dudes. There's my dude on the log there. He's taking a dump. Okay. Well, if you want, you could drop your link because now you have the ability to drop your link. Uh, this is the suburbs of Detroit. So I'm in Oakland County. I'm probably about 25 minutes, 30 minutes away from downtown Detroit. Yeah, my neighbor too over there. See that tree over there? I whacked that. It was about, I don't know, about 40, 45 feet tall, towering above the house. It used to give me shade between 4 and 8 in the evening, but they wanted it down, so I whacked that down with them. I only had a 24-foot ladder, but a brand new chainsaw. So I went to town and I saved them money. They bid it out, and someone wanted, I think, like $600 to cut the tree down. I did it for them for $100. So took me 2 hours. 2 hours to knock that tree down. So we got Manifest and Jared Wood, 1974. Yeah, I know it's pricey because I have a tree that I'm afraid to climb, that one right there. It's a locust, and it's about, I don't know, 100 foot tall up there. And it almost killed me once already. So they want $1,800 to cut that tree down. A locust, a black locust. Well, one thing about them locusts, when they're flowering in the spring, man, they smell beautiful. Your backyard smells so good. But the mess it leaves on your deck and around there is crazy. Well, the same people that I showed you that house there, her mom lives on Houghton Lake, and their neighbor had one tree estimated that it's on the water of Houghton Lake. They estimated it to be, she had an estimate, and the best estimate she got to remove this tree, and it was, I don't know, probably 400 or 500-year-old tree, huge, was $50,000 because there's no way to access it except through the water, on the water of Houghton Lake. So, and they want it removed. They don't just want it cut, they want it removed. So that's what the bid was. I said, man, I told the guy, get a bid, man. I'll do it for 40 grand. Huh? I'll get some boats. I'll haul that tree out of there for 40 grand. Oh yeah, that'd be worth to shit, man. I would go buy a brand new bad to the bone saw and hire me a little crew and get a boat out there, and we'd have that shit done. I know I could get her done in, I don't know, maybe under 2 weeks. Wow, speak of the devil, you see that? A branch just fell from this locust tree. See that? That fucking tree. Says, yeah, jackass, I'm gonna kill you yet. Huh? See that tree too? I call it Hocus Pocus Locust. Here it is, man. Playing the saxophone. Hocus Pocus Locust. Hocus Pocus Locust. Yeah, so this was just one of them spur of the moment videos. Nothing planned. Just every day I've been looking to see if anybody's. Shawnee B's always got something posted, but I ain't seen nobody been doing. I ain't getting no notifications for no Red Brick Souls doing nothing lately. So I was just kind of bored. I'm smoking a doobie before breakfast, and yeah, I try to keep my yard looking nice. I like to sit in the backyard and just chill and reflect, put your feet in the ground. And I'm like them little mermaids over there. Them are my brother who died. He had those in his yard. Like that little statue there, that little troll guy, that elf there shitting on the log. My brother had that in his, so it fit in with my little guys there. So I brought that home. There's the other girl over there in that corner, right there. So poured concrete molds. So that's what those are from. But my mom didn't want them. She said, I don't want naked girls in my garden. I said, okay, I'll take them. Mermaids, topless. So when I got a dragon too, but it's too cool to put outside. I have it in my room. Two badass little bone dragons. I said, I couldn't put that in my yard. My brother had it in his yard. And that little tarp over there is a future fire. Nice little bonfire. Have one night here when it's not so windy and stuff. Yeah. That's a dog bed right there. My dog can sit in it when she's out there. I sit on it too because it raises you up off the ground a little bit, off the mat. Whoa! I just about sat on my, hurt myself. Old age. Well, that tree right there, that white pine, it's a tall sucker now. But I planted that when I was a baby. It was smaller than that little conifer bush there, if you will. It's a tree as well, but they don't get that big. I planted that too. It was only ankle, about tall as your ankle. But that other one there was a little bit half the size of that white pine was. I planted that. I never thought it would reach the wires. I thought it'd be dead before it started getting the top wires, but looks like I had to do some trimming once on it. So it's kind of needs some trimming because you got this power bank right there. I used to grow grass in there. One time I had 12 plants going at once. Using high pressure sodium bulbs, it's very costly. I mean, my electric bill on average, because you got to go through at least if you're just going to go through flowering stage with your high pressure bulbs, you got to pay in the 2 months of using electricity, and the bill would be like $550 a month just for electricity. Yeah, very costly. And it shouldn't be, you know. If I had extra money to invest in, different means, I'd always be a grower because I miss growing. I miss growing my own, you know, like right here. This is something that I didn't grow that I'm smoking. And it's not as good as the stuff I grow. When you grow and you know what you're doing, you can't get it no fresher than when you set the stage of when it was harvested and how you dried it out and the care you put into it, and it always tastes good. Yeah, you ain't lying, Manifest. The air we breathe will be metered next. Yeah, I see it coming too, because everything is ain't nothing for free, right? Yeah, I hear you, man. I know. I remember when I seen that first bill coming, it jumped that much. I go, what the hell? See, before they changed these meters, I knew a lot of people who knew Inside Connect in regard to get them tabs to replace your meter. So when the meter reader, because now they just read it by, digital meter, they just read these meters. But before that, they'd send a meter reader to read, your thing. Well, people, what they do, as soon as they read it and they left, they would pop the meter off and turn it around upside down. And it'd fit right in there and it would run backwards. So you run backwards for 2 weeks, and then before the meter reader comes back, you're good for at least a good 2 weeks. So you could just run 2 weeks each time, you know, and be running that meter backwards. So anyway, I never did that. I never stole no electricity from the power company, but they steal it from us, you know. Then they make appliances that take, like a dishwasher, take 2 hours and 20 minutes to complete a cycle, use a lot of electricity. Where at me, as a human being, an OI, uh, I could do a whole lot of dishes in 2 hours and 20 minutes versus what the dishwasher would do. Anyway, yeah, you don't want to steal from the people got a monopoly on this shit, because I believe that's what it's all about. That's why we're taught nonsense and don't know our past, because of electricity and to meter someone, because we all need electricity and we're electric. We're living batteries, so keep the batteries dumbed down to not knowing what this realm's about and how it functions and how it looks and what it does and behaves. Someone will meter you and say, hey, you got to pay me for the lights tonight. You know, crazy. And you don't like it, and it'll blow you up. So shut up, right? Hey, we Burger King babies. We're gonna do it this way. New World Order. If you don't like it, too bad. It's gonna happen anyway, right? We'll blow your ass up. Ay, 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 ay. We got a problem, we make a problem, then we got the solution. We deliver. 250 years being on the scene. What did Pence say to the world when he was vice president? Well, we would like to thank the Greek once again for showing us the light. When Pence said that, so many people never even understood what that meant. But I know every meltologist out there knows what that meant. You know, that fasces, that weapon. We're all told about this Joan of the Arc story. Oh, Joan of Arc with his sword. She's a bad bone bitch, huh? And the Catholic Church, kill that bitch, man. Burn her at the stake. She's a witch. A witch with a sword. Makes you think, don't it? What does this sword do? Anyway, so they burn her at the stake, and then 500 years later, canonize her as a saint. What the heck? That's a big rewrite of history there. Huh? What she do, what she didn't do. You know, you can't release this broad out to the known world, knowing that, hey, you know what I did? What? I had this sword. I could just level shit down, man. I was more powerful than 1,000 arrowmen. No, you can't have a girl running around telling that story. And the likelihood that she might, the church just said eliminate her. Well, that's at least how I see it. The arc is right, man. The capitals, the cathedrals, the Catholics are sheer ignorance of not understanding the electromagnetic grid that we live on, the potential to harness it up from the ether. You know, we're starting to become aware, and some of us are seeing things clearer, because the more you know, you're really, the less you know. The more you start to know, the less you really understand. You know what I mean? You can't help it. But yep, I hear you. We have just the fake teen hundreds. You're not kidding me. You know, they tell us in history, oh, these Chinese people have 5,000 years of history and culture, and yet we can't go back 300 years in our own family. What happened? See? Yeah, what the hell happened? Well, let's see. Doesn't it tell you in here? Oh, yeah. There it shows how long we've been streaming. We've been streaming now 27 minutes. Yep. Adolf. Jawohl. Yeah, I think this whole new world order scheme that these people, that this agenda they have to get, I think that all they first hallucinated on like LSD or something, or some psychotropic to come up with that idea in the first place, and then you had presidents say, we're real close to new world order. We're real close. Hocus pocus, the three locusts have spoken. You ever try to just keep, there's a good chunk of roach left and you're trying to hit it, but you can't fucking get a hit, but you keep trying? Even if you like burn your fucking fingers? That's what I was in the middle of doing while I was talking. And it's done. I can't get another hit out of it. Stand up, Jack. Go to the coffee stand. Okay. See, no ashes in there. Or no cigarette butts, rather, not ashes. I only have roaches now. No more cigarettes, so got them out of my life. We already said that, didn't we? Yeah, I'm getting old, man. Can't even remember shit. There we go. Back on the road again. So I was trying to get cloud up here. And this is what it looks like, all these massive clouds that thicken right after the morning starts with a couple of the chemtrail lines. A couple of them white lines, and about 2 hours later, that's what it looks like. I kid you not. The more they put, the faster it does it and the uglier it looks. And they got this white line stuff down pretty good in regard to how they do things, you know. Oh, here comes a... That was a nice one, man. That was a couple of $1 million ride there. Yeah, that was a nice one there. He was cruising in luxury. Hey, that's weird. To all you smokers out there, you know what it is. Hey, I just got done smoking a doobie, right? And because I've been programmed for so long, since I've been a kid, to always smoke a cigarette after a doobie, I just acted like I just picked the lighter up and, like, where is it? You know, not that I want one or nothing, but just how my body went through that function. Like I remembered, hey, fire that up. You just had this doobie, and it made the morning better. See, now I'm ready for breakfast here. And what time is it anyway? Oh, I can't read what time it is right now on this phone because it's streaming. Huh. So we got to guess what time it is. If we guess by the, let's see, if we guess by the, I'm thinking it's got to be like, I'm saying it's about 10:45, 10:50 by surmising and looking around at the sun. So I know someone's in Cincinnati should know how close I am. 10:48, 10:50. I'm thinking it is. All right, you have a beautiful day there in Cincinnati, man. Yeah, I'm gonna go too. I gotta eat breakfast, so I'll just making some noise, showing off that beautiful lily there. I call it a general. And just say, hey, you red brick souls out there. Hope you all well. I miss y'all. I see Shawnee B's all. That's the one thing I do get is a big everyday dink, dink, dink. And I know that's Shawnee B most of the time when I hear them dinks. He's posting another video about Massachusetts and showing people the melt there. Oh, there's the kids. Got the little mini bikes out doing it. Go. And some girls there. There's some young girls here. Probably between ages of 12 to 16. Oh yeah, so I was right on point there on the time. See, pretty damn good, man. For old dude. So, hearing the critters. Well, y'all have a beautiful day. I think I'm gonna head out too. It's been 33 minutes. We didn't talk about nothing, just making some noise and showed off the lily. It's been there for years, and you know how things are. You get attached to it. It's like that plant's like in the family because I pull it out every year, and that's where it's been hosted inside that shed that's right behind it that was made out of junk from the neighborhood that my bird used to hang out in. And it has a lot of memories in that beautiful lily, man. So I don't know. I find some magic there. So there's some magic there right in front of us. And right next to her, too, there's some magic, Conspiracy Kush. So, peace to y'all. Have a beautiful day, red brick souls out there. And, we say, love yourself like you love your neighbor like you love yourself, rather. So sometimes it's hard, but we still got to do it, man. Peace. We out of here.